Hey, what's up guys? Drew here over at RevHiker Outdoors with another viewer request video for you. And today I'm going to be showing you, hopefully this shows up, terrible lighting, I'm sorry, but I'm going to be showing you how I waterproof stuff. I had a couple people ask me how I waterproof my jacket and my packs and stuff like that. And so I'm just going to give you a quick demonstration, just a really simple how-to, the best spots to hit, like say on a jacket if you're waterproofing that, and the spots that I always hit for a pack, because I do waterproof all my packs because I hate using pack covers and all that stuff. I just want the stuff to pretty much beat off. So anyway, I will show you how I do that. So stick around and hopefully you learn something. So first off, you're going to want to do this in a very open area. I've got a little elevated porch on the back of my house and it's perfect for it. Now I've got this old junky office chair that I use for jackets, and I'm going to show you just how I do that right now. Basically all I do is I lay this thing out over top of the chair, and that way it spreads out like the shoulder area and the back of the neck, which is the most, you know, between the hood and this area is going to take the most of the rain. If it beads off there, you're pretty much going to be set. So take an old chair like this and just go ahead and lay it right on top of there. Take your spray, give it a decent shake. You don't have to go anything crazy. Again, this is the Kiwi Camp Dry. This is the silicone based one. I've used others, but this one works really well. And I know I've already done this, but for demonstration I'm going to give it a second coat so it's not going to hurt. But anyway, you can see all these seams here along where the hood is, and then right here where the big piece is for the back. Those are the areas where you want the can a little bit closer, and you want to do a little bit heavier because they're going to be the most prone to any kind of leaking. So don't be worried if it runs a little bit. That's going to happen, but just get along the seams well. And then I just kind of use this as a base and hold this out and spray all the different parts. And you don't have to go super heavy, but just enough to where you can see it's being coated. Same thing on both sides. And you'll see this almost gets like transparent. I don't know how it's picking up on camera, but the other thing you want to do is if you're going to be wearing a backpack with this, always coat it really well down the side, because when that water is sitting there, if it beads in there, it's more likely to penetrate. So you want to make sure you get all the way to the very bottom of this coat to get close in. So that's how I do that part of it. For the hood, I literally just hold it up like this and get right down the, I'll show you. The biggest things I hit are the seams, again, and then you just do a light coat on the rest of it. And hit this area again. It's not like you're going to use really too much. That's going to be pretty hard to do. And I'll just go ahead and get the back of this now as well, because this is, like I said, the back is important. Okay, now for the sleeves, this is how I kind of do the sleeves. I tend to just take the end of the sleeve like this, hold it out, and just kind of do the whole thing. I mean, this is just one of those things where you have to be thorough, and you have to try to get as much of it as you can. Might have to switch. And get the underside as well. Some people think, well, the rain won't hit there. Might not land on there, but it'll run around to it. So you want to get as much of it as you can. Again, hitting the seams really well. Okay, do that on both. And I'm going to do the rest of this off camera, and then I'll show you how to do a pack. Okay, so I've done the jacket. I've done that twice now. So you can see that's just kind of over here drying. I'm going to leave this thing out on the porch for hours, like hours, because you bring it into the house and it will stink it up. It's not terrible, but it's not great either. Now, one thing I do want to mention is before you do this, make sure your stuff is clean and dry. You don't want anything, you know, wet or anything, because that would kind of defeat the purpose. Make sure it's dry, make sure it's clean. You know, large spots of grease or anything like that, any dirt, you want to get that all cleaned up before you do it. For packs, I just like to hang it on something. So right now I'm just going to hang it on this door. Most important parts for me for the pack is definitely going to be this top hooded area. And then aside from that, you wouldn't think it, but I really want to get the back, the part that comes in contact with my back. Because like I said, that's where stuff can really soak through because it sits there for a long time. And also you want to get the seams basically the same. But for these, I find the best way is to hang them up on something. So I'm going to spray the whole front and everything. And I'll be lifting this up as I do, and lifting the whole, just making sure the pack is out and that you're getting all the areas. Then I'll turn it around, do the same thing, and let it hang outside, and that's about it. So I'll spray this a little bit and then come right back with you. And sometimes when you're spraying it on real heavy, you might see some running. That's okay. When it all dries, when it all cures, you're not going to see that, and that spot will just be extra waterproof. So just make sure you lift up all the straps and get them out of the way, because you don't want like any shadows, so to speak, when you're spraying. You want everything to be getting hit. So you're going to get it on your hands. Get over it. That's what it's going to take to really get the job done. Don't neglect the bottom either, because when you set your pack down, you don't want that soaking through. I tend to just put it on a little heavier than I probably need to, but I don't care. It's worked for me so far. Alright, so that's it. Give me a second, I'll come back with some final tips and tricks. Okay guys, so there you have it. Those are RevHiker's tips and tricks for waterproofing your stuff. There's a lot of articles of clothing or boots or your packs or a lot of different things like that I choose to waterproof just because. I wear Vibram 5 Fingers a lot when I go hiking, and I've got a leather pair. I've waterproofed them. I also use mink oil on them about once a year just to keep the leather conditioned, but that's a whole nother video. Anyway, stuff like this really, once this is done, it means that I don't have to carry a pack liner. Is this going to be as waterproof as a pack liner? No. Is it good enough? Yeah, for me at least. A lot of the stuff that I want to keep dry is in a Ziploc bag anyway inside of here, so for me it's plenty of waterproofing. And if you're really active, you might have to do this twice a year if you're out a lot and the bag's really getting used. But for me, once a year generally suffices. I usually do it in the beginning of the season, and I'm pretty much squared away. I might have to reapply in the winter, and I do that just for safety's sake, because in the snow, stuff's going to get wet, and so I always waterproof that kind of stuff. And for the jacket, that might be a little more often. You might have to do that maybe definitely twice a year, if you're using it frequently, because a lot of my hiking stuff I use day to day too. So anyway, I hope that helped. I hope my little trick of doing it on the chair helped. It just really helps to get everything spread out, and it's just a good base to work from. If you have a padded chair, that works better, because I think if the silicone does go through or you end up overspraying, you want something that's fabric so that it just waterproofs it and it disappears. I don't know how it would react on certain woods or paints, so I do it on a padded chair. If you don't have a padded chair, I would just throw a blanket or something that you don't really care about over the chair that you're going to work on. It'll help to kind of balloon it out a little more and give it a little more shape. And then again, if it does absorb through or you do overspray on it, you're not gonna freak out. You just have a waterproof blanket. So anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Hope this stuff helped. Good luck on the trails. Stay safe. God bless you. Have a great day, and don't forget to thumbs up and subscribe. Talk to you later, guys.